Like, you know, I just feel like people, you know, for me, I love basketball, but I'm speaking of on y'all right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all like when I react to football more. I like basketball, you know, one of my favorite sports. You feel me? Real deep with basketball, but football just, I don't know, football just more violent, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why I like football. Football, my number one sport. I like it because it's more violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just seeing the tackling and just, it's more intense and more violent, man. You know what I mean? It's just, bro, it's an adrenaline rush, bro, that I can't explain, especially with my Giants and my, you know, Bama and Lake, you know, not the Lake, but Bama and, you know, the Giants, bro. It's an adrenaline rush, bro, and I'm addicted to the adrenaline rush, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling. I love it. I love the violence. You know what I mean?
These quarterbacks blew his entire signing bonus gambling before
the
season even ended. Another was given a blank DVD just to see if he was actually studying film.
Oh, this nigga. Hey, hello. Hey, I heard about you. I heard about you, gang. I ain't gonna lie, I heard about you. That's crazy. I heard about you.
Another was given a blank DVD just to see if he was actually studying film. But these weren't just any scrubs who got lucky. We're talking about Heisman.
Oh, Johnny Manziel. My nigga Johnny. Oh, man. Little kids don't know about Johnny, boy. You couldn't tell me this nigga wasn't gonna be the one, boy. I remember when this nigga played against Alabama, I'm like, who the heck is this nigga? Johnny Manziel, bro. What? That's one nigga we don't talk about. Johnny Manziel, one of the greatest college football players to ever touch the field. You know what I mean? One of the greatest college football players. We don't talk about Johnny Manziel. I be forgetting about you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If the NIL existed with Johnny Manziel back then, bro, we talking about, man, if the NIL existed with Johnny Manziel back then, boy, oh my God.
Studying film.
This young nigga was so
these
cold.
Weren't just any scrubs who got
you couldn't tell me Johnny Manziel wasn't gonna be there.
Trophy winners, first overall picks, and guys who were supposed to be the
why we keep talking about this nigga
of superstars. These 6 quarterbacks had amazing opportunities.
Keep talking about this nigga for.
They destroyed it all in the most unbelievable ways possible.
I'm tired of talking about this nigga. Johnny Manziel.
College football has seen some crazy talent over the years, but Johnny Manziel was different. Back at Texas A&M, this dude was just awesome. I mean, he was the first freshman ever to win the Heisman Trophy, and he totally deserved it too. He was also the first player in SEC history to have at least 2 games with over 500 total yards of offense in one season, which is even more wild when you think about just how good those defenses are in that conference. Johnny Football also had an outstanding bowl game against Oklahoma that year where he threw for 287 yards and 2 touchdowns while also running for 229 and 2 more scores. Here's the thing. When plays completely fell apart and receivers were just scrambling around to get open, Manziel was almost impossible to stop. It was crazy to watch just how he could make stuff happen when everything seemed to go wrong.
Like, bro, the nigga literally, like, real Bama fans know that Texas A&M, bro, gave us problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, Texas A&M was one of them teams that just gave us problems. I don't know what it is about them. It was just like, I ain't gonna lie. Back then, Texas A&M was just one of them teams that gave us problems, bro. I just do going into Texas A&M. I knew it was gonna be a fight, bro. I already knew it was gonna be a close game. I just knew it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the freak. Like, them niggas was just, especially with this nigga, Mike Evans. Oh, my God. This nigga was pissing me the freak off. But when I mean Johnny Manziel pissed me off that game, oh, my God. I wanted to slap, bro. Hey, what's going on in that chat, man? What's going on?
But general managers were scared about drafting him. They knew that this could either turn into a great dual-threat quarterback or he could be the biggest disaster in the NFL. There was really no in-between. So most teams just went with the safer picks instead. Then at pick 22, the Browns finally took the big risk.
With the 22nd pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Johnny Manziel.
But that first year, he barely played. Just 5 games with 2 starts, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And his second season actually did show some real flashes. Against Tennessee, he had 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. Later on, he led the Browns to a 24-10 win against San Francisco, going 21 for 31 with 270 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. But those were just glimpses because Johnny cared way more about partying than playing football. Look, he had all the talent you could ever want, but NFL defenses are so much faster and more complicated than college.
Real talk. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, man, you facing against D linemen, like, you know what I'm saying? You facing, you know, a lot of arguing in the chat. Hey, if anybody's saying, like I said, they can argue, bro, but if anybody's saying anything TOS, like I said, y'all, I read the freaking, what's the name? So we have to be responsible, you feel me, for everything that's going on in the chat, right? So I give permission to the mods, man. You know what I mean? They can argue all they want. They can argue. But if anybody is saying some TOS things, man, I'll repeat, time them out. You know what I mean? But let them argue, though. As long as they ain't saying nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? Then they good. Let them argue. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes, they don't get attention at home. You know what I mean? Because if I was really crowd, I'd tell you, sit your butt down, shut your dang mouth. You know what I mean? But I ain't going to do that today. I ain't knowing that today. You know what I mean? That's really how Jay is for real. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? But I give you the freedom today, all right? Tomorrow, we going to be back on it's Sunday, so we ain't going to. So Monday, we going to be back on that BS, though. You know what I mean? But get it all out tonight. The next stream is going to be on like Donkey Kong.
They can throw all these crazy coverages at you to mess with your head, and you need to be 100% invested in the game to be great at the pro level. Johnny just wasn't willing to do the work to figure all that out and stay focused.
And I said on Johnny.
Now, we've all seen guys mess up their careers with off-field drama.
That's it on Johnny.
This dude managed.
Hey, bro, you just disrespected the heck out of Johnny, boy. That's Johnny Manziel. This is Johnny football, bro. You did that. Wow, right?
To limit his success just by being impossible to work with. The Colts took him first overall in the 1990 draft after he put up 2,417 yards and 19 touchdowns.
And nigga played at Illinois,
leading the whole Big
Illinois.
Ten. And George could rifle the ball. Some people even said his release was as quick, if not faster, than Dan Marino's.
Dan Marino, man, that's them big shoes to fill right there, boy.
And he actually showed that he could be great when he felt like it. In 1997 with the Raiders, he led the entire league in passing yards with 3,917 and also had 29 touchdown passes to just 9 interceptions. But the Raiders went 4-12. Losing records were a very common theme for George during his career. He only led his teams to positive records 3 out of his 12 years in the league. Tim Brown said the guy's ball accuracy was just unreal, but his own teammates just couldn't stand him. He had a ton of talent, but he just couldn't make it count.
I ain't gonna lie, boy, that's some beautiful deep ball, y'all. Hold on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, this nigga right here throwing a beautiful deep ball, though. Like, that junk is, like, perfect. Like, I'm talking about just going in the dot, right? I'm just looking, I'm looking at that deep ball. I'm like, what a nigga throwing that deep ball?
Deep ball accuracy was just unreal, but his own teammates just couldn't stand him.
Look at this deep ball.
He had a ton of talent, but he just couldn't make it count. He did have some great games, though. In 1999 with Minnesota, he was hitting Randy Moss in stride better than Randall Cunningham.
Boy, that nigga deep ball is nice.
He threw for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns in overtime, with Moss going for 204 yards. Next week against San Diego, 363 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 35-27 win. But the guy's attitude was completely toxic. He destroyed coaching careers and never took responsibility for anything. He somehow
you one of them players, huh?
Up even when he was in great situations. Even with over 27,000 career passing yards and 154 passing touchdowns, good teams wanted nothing to do with him because his reputation just followed him everywhere.
So basically you was like that. So basically you was like T.O. at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter how talented you are. Like, basically like, nigga, we don't want to deal with you, nigga. That's basically like what it was with you, huh? You know what I mean? You was fire. I ain't gonna lie, your numbers that you was putting up was insane. I'm gonna keep it G with you. Insane, like doing insane. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm talking about insane though. 29 TDs, bro, 9 interceptions. That's good as 3,217 passing yards. That's good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you was just another AB. You know what I mean? Just a hellraiser, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, niggas ain't trying to put up with that game. Now just throw that football outside. Just go on that field and throw that football game. That's all you gotta do, gang.
Okay, but if we're talking about the fastest way to destroy an NFL career,
hey man, take 30 shots, man. Go ahead and time him out right quick. Go on and time him out. Nah, man, I appreciate that, man. That's why I say, hey, that was good, man. Hey, that was good. I know that hurts. Hey, man, that was good right there. Nah, man, I like that, man. For all my mods, man, y'all need to look up the I Know That Hurts. Look up the I Know That Hurts, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at me so much, man. You gotta do your freaking job. You know what I mean? You gotta monitor the chat while you're watching videos, man. Y'all look up to that boy. I know that hurts, man. Heck of a job. I know that hurts, man. Heck of a job, boy.
Record. This guy never even gave himself a shot to fail as a quarterback once he got to the
heck of a freaking job.
He came out of Ohio State looking pretty damn good. Good enough for the Colts to use the 4th overall pick on him in 19.
Hey, take 30. I told you, bro. I told you don't play about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, they don't play. Hey, take 30, but I told you that, gang. You know, watch your dang mouth. I told you shut your dang mouth. Did I not tell you to shut your mouth? You know what I mean? Take 30 shots, man. You kind of getting on my radar. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on that radar. It's best for me not to know who the freak you are. Now, once I know who the freak you are, oh, that's dangerous, man. That's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Tatey 30 shots, whatever your name is. I suggest you to just shut your mouth. Just shut the freak up, jackass, all right? Just trying to be nice about it, all right? Jackass, shut up. I'm being nice, bro. I didn't say nothing. That's not rude. You hear me, jackass? You stupid jackass freak. That's nice, bro. Shut up, freak.
We're genuinely excited about this kid.
Be nice. I'm being nice.
Flashes in college and looked like he was going to develop into a great player with some time. But Schleister had a massive problem that had absolutely nothing to do with football. Well, I guess in some ways you could say it did. He was completely gambling, and I'm talking way out of control here. By the middle of his rookie season, he had already blown through his entire $350,000 signing bonus. And remember, this is 1982 money we're talking about, so that was some serious cash back then. Schleister barely even played that year. Just 3 games, 197 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. His debut game in week 1 consisted of him going 6 for 18, 103 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Then he was benched until late in the season, only playing
that nigga blew $250,000.
Commissioner Pete Rozelle eventually cut it down to 13 months after Schleister promised to get help, but here's the crazy part. He later admitted that he kept gambling the entire time he was suspended anyways. They let him back in for 1984, but his career was basically already over. Schleister only played 13 games total in the NFL with 6 starts and a 45% completion rate. The guy actually did pretty well later on in arena football. He even won MVP and led his team to a championship in 1990.
Yeah, bro, ain't nothing like NFL though, gang. I'm gonna keep it G with you, broski. You know what I'm saying? Arena, nigga, we don't watch arena. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, you don't get, nigga don't talk about them arena. Yeah, he has this many MVPs in the arena. You know what I mean? He's the arena MVP. Yeah, we don't care about that, guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't care about that. You feel me? So we're not finna act like that's on the same type of caliber. You know, on the same type of level as the NFL. We ain't gonna do that. Nigga, we don't give a dang about no arena, nigga.
Even that fell apart when people started to figure out that he was once again betting on
that nigga gambling again. That nigga went to the arena. Oh my god, bro. Humans is funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, humans is hilarious, bro. This nigga was gambling in the field. Got kicked out in the field. You thought this nigga would have learned his lesson. That nigga right there gambling again in the arena. Oh my god, bro. Humans is hilarious, bro. Humans just do not learn, do they? Oh boy, humans funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I just got it, bro. Humans, bro, y'all hilarious, bro. That nigga gambling again.
Never went away. He also ended up doing 10 years in prison and has been arrested multiple times since then. So the guy just can't stay out of trouble.
It's so easy to stay out of trouble too. It's so easy to stay out of trouble. I hate when niggas act like it's, but it's so easy to stay out of trouble. It is literally easy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, niggas act like it's so hard, bro, like, to stay out of trouble. Like, I swear it is not, bro.
The situation is different because the guy was
tired of hearing about this
incredible before everything fell apart.
Is Deshaun Watson just as good as Patrick Mahomes?
I just think Watson's a better quarterback in the pocket. I think Mahomes is a little better off schedule, but if you're taking one or the other, you're splitting hairs.
Back in 2017,
wow, this nigga was like that back then, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, y'all probably looking at it now like, what? Did they just compare Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes? Yeah, nigga. Back then, Deshaun Watson, bro, was the best quarterback in the league, bro, on the Texans. It just after that stuff with them women, bro, just ain't never been the same, bro. I ain't gonna cap. After that stuff with the women, bro, just never been the same.
Texans took
But it can be the Browns. Like I said, the Browns are known for destroying QBs, so it could be the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, y'all start thinking about it like, look, start thinking about it, y'all. The Cleveland Browns really never built it around him. His wide receiver number 1 was Amari Cooper. That's it. You know what I mean? Coop was good, but y'all got to realize Coop was never like a top 5 wide receiver. He was top 10 at one point. You know what I mean? One point in his career, he was top 10. You know what I mean? But, I don't know. Coop just like, not like a stunning like wide receiver, like one, like, I'm talking about like a wide receiver number 1. You feel me? Y'all know like a Justin Jefferson, like a Jabbar Chase. You know what I'm saying? Like a CD Lamb type, Tyreek Hill. He wasn't one of them. You know what I mean?
12th overall.
He was a wide receiver number 1 because
he got in 7 games before getting hurt. Watson put up a 103.0 passer rating that had everybody thinking that this guy was going to be something special. He had the arm talent, he had the scrambling ability, and for the first 3 years of his career, Watson was objectively one of the best players in the entire league. I'm talking Pro Bowl appearances in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Before long, he was putting up MVP numbers.
Oh yeah, he's elite. He's elite.
That's why the Browns paid him so much money, bro.
But just when he was reaching his prime, everything collapsed. Watson missed all of the 2021 season after getting hit with lawsuits from multiple massage therapists. Then the Browns still went ahead and traded for him anyways, giving him possibly the worst contract in NFL history. $230 million fully guaranteed. Since then, it's been a complete disaster.
Deshaun Watson has settled all but 4 of the lawsuits filed against him.
Watson only played 19 out of a possible 50.
I don't believe that, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe Watson did anything with them women, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe Watson did anything to them women, bro. Cause it's just a weird conspiracy. Like, dang, like right after the nigga, you know what I'm saying, got offered that amount of money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, now all these women coming out to say he did this right when his contract is in talks. Like, man, get the freak out of here.
Numbers have been brutal. 3,365 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions with a 61% completion rate across 3 seasons. And it keeps getting worse because Watson tore his Achilles in 2024, then retore it again just 3 months later.
Deshaun Watson blew out his Achilles again. 3 months after having it surgically repaired, he's blown it out. Ian Rappaport says he could now miss all of 2025.
To top it all off, the Browns still owe him $92 million in guaranteed money.
$92 million? Dang.
You could argue that there's no bigger draft bust
unless they restructure his contract.
And he will actually tell you this is true.
And he has a no trade clause.
There's no more who's the biggest bust of all time. You don't have to drag any of the names in there anymore. Let's just say it's me.
But here's what's crazy to think about. A lot of people actually thought that he was just as good as Peyton Manning coming out of college.
Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf.
2 can't-miss rookie quarterbacks.
Both have potential to be stars for a long, long time.
Leaf had just put together this incredible junior year at Washington State. 3,637 yards and 33 touchdowns while finishing 3rd in Heisman voting behind Manning and Charles Woodson. The dude basically carried his team to their first Rose Bowl in over 60 years. Just like a lot of the other players in today's video, Leaf had all the physical abilities that teams wanted in a quarterback, and that's what got the Chargers to take him 2nd overall in 1998. On the flip side, Peyton Manning famously told the Colts during his visit that they should pick him or else, which pretty much locked up the first pick for Indianapolis. But plenty of scouts thought that San Diego actually got the better end of the deal with Leaf. They could not have been more wrong. Leaf's rookie year was one of the worst in history. I'm talking 1,289 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions.
What? Nigga, you were... I've never thought I'd see a quarterback worse than Daniel Jones. Bro, this nigga threw for 1,000. Nigga threw for 1,289 yards. 2 passing TDs and 15 interceptions. Oh my God. Nigga, what are you doing here? What the heck is your problem? Nigga, why are you here? Nigga, I like, bro, I never thought I could see a quarterback worse than Daniel Jones. I didn't even think that was possible.
His approximate value for his team that year, according to ProFootballReference.com, was literally -2. meaning that the Chargers would have been better off with pretty much any other quarterback in the league. The worst moment came in week 3 against Kansas City, where he completed 1 pass on 15 attempts. Then the next week against...
Bro, you completed 1 pass out of 15 attempts? Wow, bro, you are terrible. Wow, like, you are garbage.
Kansas City, where he completed 1 pass on 15
would have bench you the 3rd game,
then
boy.
The next week against the Giants, he threw 4 interceptions and 0
like,
touchdowns.
What?
But you know what? Lots of quarterbacks struggle as rookies, so there was still hope that Leaf could figure it out with some time. The problem is, everything that could go wrong just kept going wrong. Right before his 2nd season, Leaf hurt his throwing shoulder when he fell on a fumble in practice. It was a torn labrum that messed up his mechanics and his confidence. Then came that famous meltdown in the locker room that showed everybody that he was just confidence. Then came that famous meltdown in the locker room that showed everybody that he was just not emotionally ready for the NFL.
Don't talk to me, all right? Knock it off!
In 2000, he hurt his wrist in week...
Don't talk to me, all right? Knock it off! You're mad because you're throwing 2 passing TDs and 15 interceptions. You're mad because you're trash, you stupid jackass. You know what I mean? You mad because you trash. Nigga probably sat down and that nigga said, hey man, look man. Look bro. You tired of losing, gang. Bro, you the number 2 pick, bro, and you throwing 2 passing TDs and 15 interceptions, bro. What the heck are you doing, gang? That's what that nigga said. That nigga had to sit down and talk, man. Hey, man, look, man. Nigga, you sorry. You sorry, heck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you, gang. If I was your teammate, bro, I'm gonna sit down to you. Hey, bro, you making us lose, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Pick it up, bro. We gonna jump you in that locker room, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Beat the sense into this nigga or something, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta beat some sense to this nigga. You feel me, cuz, bro? You making us lose, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That nigga probably got pissed off when that nigga said something like that. I'm telling y'all, bro.
And it bugged him all season. When he tried to sign with Dallas in September
of
2001, he actually failed a physical because of that same wrist and couldn't join the team. He did later sign with them in October of that year, but only started 3 games while not winning a single one of them. Leaf admitted that he just wasn't ready for the NFL. Mostly the work ethic and maturity needed to succeed at that level. Maybe with a different organization, he could have turned into something decent.
Phillip Rivers, bro, did good at the Chargers. That nigga suck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Shut up, man.
Physical tools, like we said, they were definitely there, but he ended up with a 48.4% completion rate for his career,
terrible.
14 touchdowns, and 36 interceptions.
Bro, you are garbage.
In 655
nigga, you stupid and you garbage.
Have the mental side figured out, and San Diego's mess of a situation
made
everything worse.
That nigga last name Leaf. Oh, I heard about you, but you know you a try.
Okay, but when your own coaches are basically setting traps for you with blank DVDs just to see if you're paying attention, you know your career is about to hit rock bottom. Jamarcus Russell came out of LSU looking like a quarterback that would be great for years to come. ESPN's Mel Kiper compared him to John Elway. This dude could make throws that most people just could never make, and back in 2007, that was enough to get Al Davis and the Raiders to take him 1st overall. Just think about who Russell got picked ahead of. Calvin Johnson, Adrian Peterson, Darrelle Revis, Patrick Willis, and Joe Thomas.
Golly, what? Stack little freaking draft class. Golly, gang.
Raiders to take him 1st overall. Just think about who Russell got picked ahead of. Calvin Johnson, Adrian Peterson, Darrelle Revis, Patrick Willis, and Joe Thomas. That's one of the best draft classes in history. Absolutely loaded with future Hall of Famers, and Oakland took Russell over every single one of them. But the warning signs were there from day number 1. They were just ignored. Former Raiders legend Matt Millen actually warned Al Davis not to draft Russell after he had a very unimpressive interview, but Davis ignored him and went with his gut anyway. You could tell things were trending in the wrong direction almost immediately when Russell held out for more money before playing in a single game, eventually getting the Raiders to budge on a 6-year, $61 million deal. Russell then proceeded to miss the start of the season and was inactive until week 13 of his rookie year and only played 4 games, throwing for 373 yards with 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Not exactly what you want to see from your number 1 draft pick. His 2nd year in 2008 actually did look a little better. He had a 77.1 passer rating and threw for 2,423 yards and 13 touchdowns, with 8 interceptions.
Still bad.
2009 was just a complete disaster. Just like Ryan Leaf.
Is it me or this nigga thick?
-2 approximate value.
Is it me or this nigga's a thick quarterback? This nigga thick.
To his 11 interceptions. And January 3rd, 2010 was his final appearance where he threw for 102 yards and an interception against the Ravens.
He looks thick.
And that was pretty much it. 3 years after him being the top pick in the NFL draft, no other team in the league wanted anything to do with the guy.
Nah, you said the nigga look. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, the nigga thick, man. Nigga ain't take care of everybody. Nigga thick.
What really went down is that Russell just did not care about putting the work in to succeed at the pro level. Still, the dude made over $36 million in his career and only threw 18 touchdown passes. A little over $2 million per touchdown pass is highway robbery. All right, guys, that was 6 quarterbacks who had everything going for them, and then they threw it all away for a bunch of different reasons.
Oh, my God, man. Hey, how long have I been streaming, chat? You know what I'm saying? How long have I been streaming, man? Like I said, nigga like cupcake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna say a nigga like a cupcake if that nigga don't like cupcake. That nigga look thick. You know what I'm saying? Chubby, 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 chubby. You know what I'm saying? You said not that long. You know what I mean? Shut the freak up. You know what I mean? It's been long. Oh, it's been long. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, man, let's go see something, man. True crime. Hey, I don't know what's with this nigga with the cave vids, right? You know what I'm saying?